Welcome to Reread, where I'm rereading through the expanded universe. Folks, we are on the comic book series Blood Ties. I'm also going to talk about Blood Ties Boba Fett is Dead. These are from Dark Horse Comic Books. They're a little 4-issue series about kind of what happened with Jango Fett a long time ago is how it starts off. He goes on a mission to kill someone. He kills him. It turns out to be a renegade clone before the Clone Wars. And the clone, he ran away from the potential Kaminoan army. This is, again, before the Clone Wars start. But he doesn't want to be a copy or something or whatever. And as he dies, Boba Fett shoots him, or Jango Fett shoots him, excuse me, and then sees his wife and a kid and goes, well, I'm not going to kill you because no one paid me to. But he feels bad, so we find out years later, or Boba Fett finds out, that his dad has put aside a savings fund for the son of this guy. The clone he killed. Now, Boba Fett doesn't know what's going on. He thinks maybe, does he have a brother? What happened with Jango Fett? Eventually figures it all out. But the kid's name is Connor. He looks very similar to Boba Fett, of course. You see a lot of... there's one whole issue, I think, where Boba Fett doesn't even wear his helmet. I hate it. I hate it. I really don't like it. And I really don't like the series, to be honest. It's the artwork's nice and it's decent, but the story is not that good. I really don't like it. There's some, cool fight scenes in it that Boba Fett does. But it's really just, eventually, like Connor, he is hip deep in debt to this crime lord that, Boba Fett doesn't like. The crime lord accuses Connor of cheating. Connor didn't cheat, but the crime lord, to save face, is saying that he cheated because the crime lord is the best at cards. And Connor now owes him the money, 500,000 credits, instead of winning it. So Boba Fett agrees to pay it. And he goes, what, you can't pay it? That's stupid. I want him dead. And then he looks at Connor, and Connor goes, I'll give you 3 credits to kill him. And so Boba Fett kills him. And then at the end, asks for his 3 credits, because he always gets paid. This is not a very good series. Like I said, it's got some nice artwork here and there, some action here and there, but it's really bad. Blood Ties, Boba Fett is Dead, equally as bad. Equally as bad. Starts off, he's dead. You think he's dead. You know he's not. And then someone is trying to investigate who killed Boba Fett. Now, you know immediately from the very beginning it's Boba Fett, just in another disguise. You don't know how Boba Fett survived, or if or they got the wrong Boba Fett, which they did. He switched out with his. It's kind of funny because he switches out his whole costume. He's stuck in a cave with one of his one of the people who's tracking down, and the bounty who's tracking down dies. So while the mercenaries are out in front of the cave or the hole, threatening to kill him if he doesn't come out, he switches up, puts all his clothes on the dead body, ignites the dead body, the rocket pack, and the drawing's really good. You can see it's a dead body. It's limp, just flying out. So people shoot it all up. I guess no one knows what he looks like because they didn't see the first comic book issue series where he walks around with his helmet off the whole time. And so they thought they killed him. Well, of course they didn't. The story is interesting because of course, Connor meets up with Boba Fett again. He's like, you're not dead. I thought you were, And he goes, no, but someone framed us, and now, they may be gunning for you too, because they're gunning for anyone close to Boba Fett. It turns out to be the guy who did, who ran Concord, the governor of Concord Dawn. This ties into old, good EU Boba Fett, kind of ties the two stories together, where Boba Fett did spend some time on Concord Dawn, taking a break from being a bounty hunter, shot someone who... it was the governor's son who basically did something nasty, we don't know what, to his wife, or said something nasty, who knows. But the governor's just mad. And Boba Fett got, expelled and everything. This is what Boba Fett got expelled over. But then the governor went for revenge, and that's where Boba Fett's going to draw the line and get revenge back on him and everyone else. Everyone thinks he's dead, so that way he can find the killer and kill them. Basic revenge story. I can't remember if it's in this episode or another one that he's surrounded, or the previous issue where he's surrounded by the Bounty Hunters League. It's a League of Bounty Hunters, not like Boss's Guild. In fact, it's like 10 against 1, and Boss comes in. He goes, Bounty Hunters, Boba. He went, Bosk. He goes, good luck, fellas. He said, you're going to need it, and he walks away. That was kind of funny. There's another one that Boba Fett is disguised in stormtrooper armor. He walks into an Imperial garrison, and one of the commanders goes, I know the trooper who wore that armor, and you're not him. You knew the stormtrooper. It has a blue stripe on it, but you knew that specific out of billions of stormtroopers across the galaxy. He's not in the same area where he got the stormtrooper uniform. He's not even on the same planet. But the guy goes, I know that stormtrooper costume, mister. I know who wore that. Was there a badge number on it that we missed? I don't know. It's really just dumb. But there's a funny part. He goes, line up, formation V or whatever. And they form. He's like, you have your people form up behind a wall of grenades. He went, what? There's a ball of thermal detonators behind him. And so Boba Fett shoots the thermal detonators and they all die. I guess it's all right. But the thing is, it's just really dumb once he kills them. Oh, you get to see Ventus Saul or Sentis Vale, his wife and kid. I was not a fan of this when it was introduced a long time ago in Dark Horse comic books, but they kind of explore that. She used to love Boba Fett, doesn't anymore, hates him, but they have an understanding between each other. Connor becomes, Boba Fett has Connor hide up on Kongor Dawn while he goes and chases the bad guys. Connor and Vale, she said, here, put this on, because the governor's about to get him. They're hiding in the cellar of a house, and they put on their Mando armor. Why? To point guns at the governor when he comes down to the cellar. And then they take their helmets off after it's all over, because the governor gets killed by Boba Fett. Why'd you put on the armor? Were you expecting a fight? I don't know. It just seemed really pointless there. And of course, she kisses, Connor, and Boba Fett makes there, you kiss my wife. Like, what? Y'all don't care about each other anymore. And there's a little girl, which, of course, we're going to see later on. I'm not really much for Boba Fett even having a family. Or I'm sure if Dark Horse would have kept the rights, eventually they would have come to tell you how these two got together. And I'm glad we never saw that, because I could do without the Boba Fett daughter or granddaughter, as we know will happen. I like Boba Fett just being a loner, but no one wants to leave Boba Fett alone. In fact, the more Boba Fett they came out with later on, it got me more and more worried. Early Boba Fett's much better. But and here again, he takes off his helmet again. I just don't like Boba Fett without the helmet. I understand why you did it, because now you've seen the prequels. Now you know what he looks like. Now you can draw him right. And again, the artwork's fine, but these stories were just blah. Did not enjoy them at all. They're not terrible, but they're definitely not good. Definitely, maybe a C status is what I give them. Anyway, folks, that's all the time I have for now. See you next time.